Hello guys, it's Ryan from PokemonCanadians here, doing a voice narration of this battle between Brandon and Spencer. These are the deck that Brandon's using is a deck that we just put together kind of in 5 minutes. We've had the idea for it for a while, but it is not complete whatsoever. So Brandon's off to a quick start here. Obviously, he's just playing down his prize cards already drawn. Spencer just drew his hand, and I remind him to play his prize cards. So this battle is probably one of the better battles we've had in quite a while, and it only took one take, because usually if we start playing and it just gets really boring and stupid, like just back and forth nonsense, we just cut the video and just keep playing out. But this battle actually went pretty good. Spencer says odds or evens, rolls it, and Brandon calls odds, and it is evens, 6, so Spencer gets to go first, so they flip up their actives. Brandon forgets to flip up his bench, but he does here in a second. So Spencer takes his draw on his first turn. Takes a minute to think, because Spencer has not played in 2 months, guys. His deck is technically illegal because he does have Heart Gold Soul Silver cards within it, and those are out of rotation now, but Spencer has not been in the card game for quite a while here. He's been too busy with work, so he plays a Pokemon Collector off the bat, which is illegal. But we're not giving him too much crap. This is technically, I guess, would be an unlimited battle, so he draws out the Mewtwo. I think he draws out a Tepig, yep, and I believe he searches around and pulls out a Reshiram EX Full Art. Yep. Definitely does. And I tell him to show it to the camera here, which he does in just about, I don't know, 5 seconds. Just finishing shuffling his deck. But then what he does is, I think he plays it upside down here. Yeah, he plays it upside down, so he reshuffles it. I didn't even realize that when I was videotaping this, but yeah. So he picks up the cards, decides which he's going to play on his bench, and if he's going to play an energy or not. But yeah, his deck is flipped upside down. That's kind of funny. Brandon's just basically picking out his options here, thinking of what he can do after Spencer plays these cards. So Spencer plays the Mewtwo and the Tepig to his bench, plays in a Violite on the Mewtwo, which I kind of show there because he didn't quite show it, and he plays an energy to Zorua and turns the turn over to Brandon. So Brandon takes his draw. Plays a Sillin right off the bat, looking for Dark Energy because he probably doesn't have any in his hand at the moment. Not 100% sure of that, but if you have a Sillin, and it's probably one of your best supporters to play because you could just get energy. The only thing that would kill that is if Spencer had an N, but from what I believe, Spencer does not have an N within his deck. And as far as I know, this Dark deck that Brandon's playing right now has 4 N's in it, which is very, very interesting. So Brandon plays the Dark Energy to Zorua, turns the turn over to Spencer, and he evolves it into a Zoroark with Ascension. Very, very, very good first turn for Brandon there, in all honesty, I believe. Because Zoroark does have very, very good attacks, and it already has 1 energy attached to him. With 1 more energy, he can start hitting for 40, and if he had a Dark Claw, he could hit for 60. And if Spencer decides to hit him for 30, Brandon could hit back for 60. And it just gets, or well, I guess 80 with the Dark Claw in that case, but otherwise 60. It just gets better and better. Zoroark is a very, very, very good card within the Dark Explorer set, and Spencer Pokemon communicates in MOARR. Actually, that was very interesting. I forgot to catch that. Spencer Pokemon communicates in MOARR back into his deck for a Pignite, grabs the Pignite, plays it onto the Tepig, evolves it, and Spencer's just taking a quick think here of what he wants to do because he knows if he hits Zoroark, Zoroark's hitting back for the KO instantly. So he plays an energy on Mewtwo and turns the turn over to Brandon. Brandon draws, takes a quick thought, and he plays the Dark Energy on Zoroark, and he decides he's going to attack. Spencer thinks he's just going to hit for 40, so he's about to grab the damage counter, thinking, okay, I've still got some time to think. But nope, Brandon's like, let me take one more look. I'll play the Dark Claw after I evolve my Zweilous, and Dark Claw 60 KO. See ya, Zorua. Sorry, I was going to say Zoroark. So Zorua is done. Brandon drew his first prize card. Spencer's going to go ahead and defend with the Mewtwo with an Eviolite and 1 energy. 1 more energy, and Spencer is able to hit for 80, which would ultimately become 60 because Zoroark is resistant to Psychic. So Spencer's like, I wouldn't do that because I don't get hit back for 120 from Zoroark, which is very, very, very interesting. Actually, Zoroark is so good against Mewtwo in battles like this. Actually, what would be funny is if we threw a Sigilyph into the Dark deck. That'd be holding off Spencer right now quite nice, and Brandon would be able to like sufficiently stack his bench just ridiculously. And actually, if Spencer decided to... if he incorporated the new cards within his deck, he could have a Tool Scrapper right now and scrap away that Dark Claw from Brandon. But anyway, regardless, Spencer plays another Fire Energy and turns the turn over to Brandon because he realizes if he attacks, he will get hit back with 120. So Brandon draws. Actually, I guess it would only be 100 because of the Eviolite, but regardless, Spencer's like, no, I don't want to take that damage right now. So Brandon draws Dark Energy, plays it on this Violet on his bench, and says, I'll hit you for 60, which ultimately becomes 40 because of that stupid Violet. Oh, I hate Violet. I've never played one in any of my decks. I know a lot of people do, but I just personally just don't think they're worth it. They're just not worth it. I'd rather hit harder than defend harder. That's the way that I like to play all-out attack, and so that's pretty much why this Dark deck did get created from my cards. I like just the way it moves energy, and it has free retreat cost and everything. Free retreat cost, you say? Yes, that's right. There are 3 Darkrai's within this deck. You will soon see one of them, I believe. So Spencer says, can't do anything. I'll play an energy on, or no, he didn't even play an energy. I don't think he had any. So Brandon says, okay, yeah, I'll catch her out your Pig Knight, and I think I will hit it for 60. Yep, hit it for 60, because it does not have enough Violet on it, because it's not a basic. So yeah, I zoom in there, show you guys the 60 hit. Brandon plays a Dark Energy to Zwilus because Spencer couldn't do anything with his turn, and yeah, oh no, sorry, Brandon screwed up and played a Dark Energy because he said he forgot to. This is kind of like the test that I was saying. We're not playing everything too sufficiently, so Spencer there played a special Dark on his Mewtwo, said turn over. Brandon draws a blend, plays the blend on the Zwilus, which is very interesting, guys. I wonder why he would have done that. Oh, maybe there's a new ability, Hydreigon, in the deck. So Brandon hits Mewtwo for another 40 because he catchered the Mewtwo out after catchering the Pig Knight out. That's right, catcher after catcher. So now Mewtwo has 80 damage on it. Spencer evolves his Pig Knight into an MOARR and says, should I hit you now? No, I can only do 100, and that would ultimately be 80, and then you'd be hitting me back for 160. So I believe he thinks about it for a second, then turns the turn over to Brandon. Yep, Brandon draws, and battle's pretty much at this point in control with Brandon. Yep, he plays an N, and Spencer goes, crap, I had a Reshiram EX in my hand. So at this point, Brandon only gets to draw 5 because he has already drawn 1 prize card for the Zorua knockout. Spencer gets to draw 6. Spencer takes a little bit of a longer time shuffling his deck, so Brandon's pretty much already good to go. Brandon draws a Darkrai and a ability Hydreigon, new ability Hydreigon, that is. So he plays both of those down, evolves his Zwilus, and Brandon's just thinking here, I think I could really do some damage here, and I'm even pointing it out. I'm like, holy crap, dude, watch this. Spencer at this point pretty much has no idea what's about to happen, so free retreat cost with the Darkrai on the field now. Zoroark goes back to the bench, Hydreigon comes out with 2 Dark Energy on it and a Blend Energy. With the Hydreigon's ability, he can move 2 Dark Energy around as often as you like during the turn, I think, or any Dark Energy often as you like during your turn, I'm not 100% sure, but the energy came off Zoroark, went to Hydreigon. Brandon says, I hit you for 140, that equals 220 damage, and Mewtwo's knocked out, and Spencer's going, what? What just happened? So Brandon has to discard 2 Dark Energy off of Hydreigon in order to do that, and he does that, and Mewtwo is KO'd. Spencer just takes that into realization and goes, oh crap, I am just bent into a corner right now. Plays his only Pokemon left on the field, which is MOARR, and Spencer has all the time in the world to think right now, so he plays a Sillin, takes out 3 Fire Energy, I believe, because I don't think he's running anything else in that deck. He might be running some Psychic Energy, not 100% sure, but as I said there, he draws 3 Fire Energy out of his deck with the Sillin. And he's really taking his time here thinking of what he should do, so he plays a Heavy Ball, and I think he's going for the Reshiram Full Art EX again that got end back into his deck, so yeah, throws it out on the field, says, I'm taking this guy, and from there he's pretty much thinking, oh crap, what am I going to do? And right here I scout out what Brandon could possibly do, which I scout out saying, Brandon, free retreat cost back onto the bench, throw out Darkrai, play Dark Energy on Darkrai, use Hydreigon's ability to throw another Dark Energy on Darkrai, and Dark Patch for the Dark Energy from your discard onto Darkrai, and hit for 90, and knock the Pig Knight out, or the MOARR out, and then do 30 to Reshiram. And Brandon's going, wow, this deck is so brutally mean. And yes, it is so brutally mean. You guys will see what I mean in a second there, because I believe Brandon does it, but he does it with a better fashion. You guys will soon see. So Spencer's still thinking, and I believe he plays down 4 energy with MOARR's ability, 4 Fire Energy onto Reshiram EX. So Reshiram would be able to hit for 150 if it were to come out, but MOARR has no way to retreat without a switch, and Spencer does not have one, so he turns the turn over to Brandon. And Brandon does what I said, moves the Dark Energy off of Hydreigon onto Darkrai, plays a Dark Energy from his hand onto Darkrai, and Dark Patches for a Dark Energy out of the discard pile to his Darkrai. Retreat cost free back on, and it just becomes a gong show from there. Plays a dark. He also played a Dark Claw on Darkrai there, if you guys didn't see that, and hits for 110 on the M board, knocks it out, and 30 to the Reshiram on the bench. And Brandon messed up there. He attacked before he basically played his hand, which he wanted to do, so that's why it's called a test battle. Basically, he played a Mewtwo after he attacked onto his bench, then played a Sharon and drew three cards. So yeah, it was a bit of a mix-up there, but whatever, guys. We're not playing too seriously. It's just a for-fun battle, and we wanted to show you guys this. And that's why I wanted to take it and narrate it, because it was not the best of sound, whatever. There's like guitar in the background, a bunch of people talking. We were swearing, having a good time, so yeah, I'm narrating it. So Spencer draws a Tepig, throws it on the bench, thinks of what he can do, and he hits Darkrai for 150. And I kind of point that out, saying Darkrai has 30 HP left, not 10. So it's Brandon's turn right now. He already drew. He's thinking of what he can do now. I think he plays a double colorless on Mewtwo. Oh, what did he use? Oh, he Dark Patched for a Dark Energy to Hydreigon. Nice. And then I think he plays a double colorless on Mewtwo. I'm not 100% sure here, though. And then I think he goes for the free retreat cost and hits Reshiram with 120. I think that's what he does, guys. Let's just see here for a second. Yep, double colorless on the good old Mewtwo. Free retreat cost with the Dark Energy on Darkrai. Puts out Mewtwo with the double colorless, as I do 40, plus 4 energy on you, I do 120. Enjoy that. And then 120, so Reshiram would have 30 HP left here. I honestly don't think the battle ended properly, although it was pretty much game over from here, guys, but you'll see in a little bit. I don't think that it ends properly. Reshiram should have 30 HP left right now, but instead Spencer put on 20. I didn't really notice that, but we're just really not good at math, and it's 10 at night, but regardless, we're just not good at math. So there should be 30 HP left on the Reshiram right now, but regardless, Brandon takes his time, retreats the Mewtwo, which he couldn't have done for free. Or no, sorry, yeah. Spencer knocks it out for Glinting Claw with 50, and then Brandon was gonna put out the Mewtwo, and then realized, no, screw that, I'm gonna throw out Hydreigon, and then I think he goes, oh wait, no, screw that, I can't do that, I'm gonna play out the Zoroark. This is pretty much where it's a test battle, guys. Yeah, see, Brandon's like, ah, crap, I can't do that, plays out the Mewtwo, ah, crap, I shouldn't do that, I should play out the Zoroark with the Blend Energy. So yeah, it plays the Blend Energy on Zoroark, says, ah, never mind, I screwed up, puts out the Zoroark. This is where it's a test battle, guys. Don't give us too much hate for that, but that's where Brandon does that. And I think he can only hit for, ooh. Oh no, the Dark Claw. Oh, there it is. So yeah, it did get the knockout regardless. I thought it wasn't a clean knockout, but that was a clean knockout. Brandon gets to draw his last two prize cards there, flips them up, and it was a Dark Patch and a Dark Energy. So that's pretty much how the battle ends, guys. That was a very, very good battle. Our deck is absolutely amazing from my point of view. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and my explanation was at least half decent. I'll talk to you guys soon.